Here is something finally positive for the Surrey market, for the detached market. We are seeing some activity right now that is making me think that we might have a decent spring market. If we look at the overall city of Surrey, this is months of inventory. And briefly, very briefly here, if we have months of inventory higher than 7 months, 7 or 8 months, it's a buyer's market, and usually home prices depreciate. Home prices go down when there's a higher months of inventory. And if we have a lower months of inventory, like we're seeing in 2021, 2022, then home prices go up, like we saw during those months. Again, buyer's market, there are less buyers, less people, and more houses for sale. Seller's market, there is more people looking for homes and less of those homes for sale. Last month, for January 2026, we saw a nasty buyer's market. It was bad for all areas of Surrey. It was one of the worst areas for Cloverdale that we had seen in the last 9 years for months of inventory. Right now, as you can see here, last month we had 19. This is the entire city of Surrey. We're going to go over the smaller, the four areas of Surrey, how they break it up here with Realty. Last month for the entire city was 19 months. And again, like I said, it's getting better. It's still 13 months, which is much higher than the 7 months that these guys seem to think is a buyer's market. This line here, this orange line, as you can see here, they say 8.3 months. I'm not sure if it's an exact science, but that's what they are quoting. So if we break it down, like I said, we're seeing it everywhere. 23 months of inventory for January 2026. Right now we're at 13 months for the North Surrey detached market. Central Surrey, same kind of thing. We had 22 months of inventory last month. We have 15 this month. For South Surrey, really nice area, highly sought after. 15 months, so it was better last month than the other two that I mentioned. And right now 14 months, so it's still better this month. Cloverdale, however, is technically in a balanced market according to this graph here. We still have 7.8 months of inventory for February 2026. This is where we're finishing the month. It's February 27th right now. We're probably going to finish right around this mark because this is pretty up to date. Last month we had 15 months of inventory. If we zoom out, you can see already just from the last until 2024, it was the worst month that we've had. If we zoom out even further, all the way back to January 2019, the worst month we had was this November 2023. But since then, the 15 months of inventory was the worst month we have seen since then. That is a very slow market. I'm trying to sell a house in this market. It was extremely slow. And what I'm seeing right now, it has picked up a little bit. We had showings 3-4 consecutive days here in a row now, and we're seeing a little bit more activity. Does that mean the market's going to pick up in March? Maybe we'll see a little bit more activity here. What I'm seeing here, though, with the specific numbers, is it just reporting on the exact numbers that we have here? It is getting better throughout the city. So this is a great sign for the market. This is a great sign for sellers out there right now. A little bit of stabilization in prices, trying to figure out what exactly prices are going to do forward. Again, the best way to figure out what that's going to happen, how it's going to happen, is to look at these numbers. And that's why over the last year, we've seen prices come down here for Cloverdale, for North Surrey, for the city of Surrey, South Surrey. Prices have come down. This might help stabilize those numbers going forward.